Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Citrus Insights. Something a little different for you today. And for those of you that maybe haven't been watching Citrus Insights for long, or maybe new to Citrus videos, you may not be aware that over the last couple of Christmases, we have partnered with Friends for Families. And thanks to the huge generosity of clients, of the local community, particularly thanks as well to members of Chipster Football Club, we've been able to donate a large number of board games at Christmas. And thanks to all of the help of the volunteers at Friends for Families, those board games have ended up going to families who do suffer financial hardship, who potentially, without the generosity of so many people who are hopefully watching this, those families may not wake up to any presents at all. The children may not receive any other presents waking up on Christmas morning. So we're hugely grateful for all of the support we receive, and I'm delighted to announce that we are going to do exactly the same thing this year. So I thought what would be a really great idea as we go into that period of collecting those board games and those donations would be to meet somebody again from Friends for Families who make such a difference, and for you to understand more about what Friends for Families do and the difference that they make in the community. So today I am delighted to be able to welcome Anne Ralph. And Anne, thank you so much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure.
Anne is one of the trustees for Friends for Families. And Anne first started helping Friends for Families with their Christmas appeal, which led to a 2-year volunteer role before being asked to become a trustee in April this year. Anne has had a varied career, starting out in Life and Pensions Office, where her main hobby was traveling the world. And one of the first things I thought there was, I need to be in a different Life and Pensions Office, clearly, if there's one there where you get to travel the world. She then started working in the travel industry before settling down in Sevenoaks to start a family. Her youngest of 3 children will soon be heading to university, so she's very happy to be increasing her involvement with Friends for Families. So Anne, thanks again for joining me today. And I thought a good place to start would be to help viewers who may not be familiar with Friends for Families by giving you the opportunity to tell us more about. So what is it that Friends for Families do?
Well, Friends for Families started back in 2017 with a Christmas appeal, and the founders of the charity realised that actually charity isn't just at Christmas, it should be all year round. So they decided to set up the charity to help people. How we operate is through children's services, who were the first contact when the charity was set up. So children's services have a lot of families, obviously, that they help, and they come to us with a referral and say, this family is having this difficulty, would you be able to help? In theory, our charity is there for when nobody else can help. So they come to us, and we like to think we can offer practical help. So we do food shops for them. We help with white goods, clothes for the children, school uniform. We've done carpets, flooring, anything that will make the family's life a bit better, a bit easier, and take some of the strain and financial hardship that they're suffering away from them.
That's terrific support. Thank you for that information, Anne. And I suppose some people watching this may indeed go, well, hang on a minute, this is Sevenoaks where they're based. Are there really many families suffering hardship around this area?
Well, you're right, because you wander around Sevenoaks and it all feels lovely and sort of nice and cozy and wealthy. But unfortunately, there are little pockets of poverty that you may not see if you're just wandering the streets, but it is there, sadly. I did take some statistics from the End Child Poverty Coalition, and in 21-22, there were 25.8% of children living in poverty in Dartford, and somewhat unbelievably, there was 21.8% of children living in poverty in Sevenoaks. And I also got the 22-23, and the figures are very similar. So sadly, the numbers are not going down as the months and the years go past. So yes, and that percentage, so in the 22-23, in Sevenoaks alone, that's over 6,000 children that are living below the poverty line.
It is a terrifying statistic. And I guess the other thing that just made me realise as you're talking about, for example, Dartford, Sevenoaks and surrounding is a fair bit wider than just Sevenoaks. So I think that's the other point, isn't it? It does cover a bigger geographical radius than just that little.
Oh, yes. No, we talk about the Sevenoaks district, which is actually quite a large area.
And this is going to be the third year that we've worked for Friends for Families. And I was thinking back over the last couple of years, probably particularly to last year when there was so much topic around, the cost of living crisis. So looking at this year, what's the current impact on families compared to last year?
Well, I think families, it's the same as it was last year, that families they're either not working or they're working in quite low paid jobs. And with the cost of living crisis and everything going up, whether it's food or your heating bills, it just gets really difficult, if not impossible, to make ends meet.
Yeah, okay. And we are asking, as we have done for the last couple of years, we're asking clients, viewers, people like Chipster Football Club for their support, but to donate board games. But for a lot of people, and they're kind enough many times actually, they wrap them or we will wrap them. We're very happy to wrap them and they arrive unwrapped. And then we pass them to you. And I suppose one of the big things is people don't get to see what happens from there. So how do you pass the board games on and where do they go?
Well, through all the year, we obviously help people with lots of items, but at Christmas we do a specific appeal. So we ask all our contacts in children's services, and so all the social workers give us a list of names of families who, and I have to say, we do ask for the families who really do have nothing and who sometimes don't have any toys, don't have anything at Christmas. So we provide a gift for each child that the social worker asks us that they think the child would like, plus a food, sort of Christmas themed, but a food hamper. So that, last year we gave 500 gifts to various, to quite a lot of families. But what we also like to do through your kind donations is give a board game to each family. And it just makes such a difference because it means that they can sit down as a family and play games. And it sounds a simple thing to do, but I think it makes a huge difference. So you get parents, grandparents playing with their children or grandchildren or siblings playing together, and it just brings people together having fun. And it doesn't have to be a very complicated game, or it could be any game. But I know from my own family, I think games are just fun and bring people together.
And I think the mere facts in what you just said there, Anne, as well, which is these families, the names, the details these families are coming to you from social services. These aren't people who just, you've decided in some random way that kind of donate board games to them. They are severe financial hardship.
Yes. We accept that children's services are the experts. They go in, they do assessments, they see these families. So it's certainly they who decide who we should help. And we trust them as the experts in their field. So
and so thinking when you compare to last year, and this must be really difficult because I appreciate we're relying on generosity, frankly, people responding and supporting. You talked about families you helped last Christmas. How many families do you hope to help this Christmas?
Well, we were thinking the year before last, we helped over the year about 98 families, and that's gone up each year. So I suspect we will help a similar number of families this year, because sadly the numbers don't seem to go down. They seem to gradually increase.
Okay. And I'm very grateful for everything today, for the information you've given, and I really hope it's helped our viewers understand why this matters to us, why we feel this is something that we want to support, and how much we appreciate what you do as well, and the volunteers at Friends for Families for the impact that they make. So we're going to do our best. with
Thank
the
you.
help of our clients, the communities, Chipster Football Club, etc., to raise as many and ideally beat last year's total, which clearly is absolutely something we should be striving to do, and we are striving to do. And, please can I ask one thing, which is, as we get past Christmas and we get into the new year, would you be kind enough to come back and let us know, once we know the totals and once we know, what's happened over Christmas, and you're able to perhaps talk a little bit about the difference it did make as we get into next year? Would you be kind enough to do that?
Of course, absolutely. Very happy to do that.
Excellent. And thank you so much for joining me today. That's Aaron Ralph, one of the trustees from Friends for Families. And that's it for today for Citrus Insights. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.